Fellas, next topic here in the huddle. The Buffalo Bills defeated the New England Patriots 24-21. And the Dolphins in Tua's first start defeated the LA Rams 28-17. Patriots are now 2-5. AFC East is up for grabs. Who should be the favorite to win this division?
I would say the Miami Dolphins, man. Like I said, the past 3 games they've been playing well. Their defense alone only average about 17 points a game, which is amazing. And I believe with the remaining 9 games that they have left, I believe that they should finish the season 7-2 and overall finish 11-5. So I do believe that the Miami Dolphins will win the AFC East this season.
Bravo. Someone is finally on the bandwagon with me saying Buffalo is not winning the AFC East.
Wow.
Have a smart guy here. And
Damn,
you
dead.
are on the money, my friend. Because when I look at that Miami Dolphin team, man, the fact I picked them to win yesterday and everyone thought I was crazy, but I was so impressed. Brian Flores is a top 10 coach in the game. He's a elite coach. He gets the most out of his team. I don't even care that Tua didn't even look that great yesterday.
Right.
And their defense got the job done. They made Jared Goff look silly, and they're getting better and better. Here's the other thing that makes the Dolphins really scary, is that not only do they have Tua, who is going to come up and hopefully be good, I really think they're nice core of skill position players, young, underrated guys like Myles Gaskin and Preston Williams and Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki, guys like that. They could really play, and they're playing hard for their coach. And I watched the Buffalo Bills yesterday. I understand they won, but they were lucky to win. You guys know how I feel about Josh Allen. If you can't score a touchdown against the Jets, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. I think the Dolphins are the best team in the AFC East.
I gotta disagree with y'all. I see where y'all trying to come from, but I'm not hopping on the train with y'all. I quite frankly think y'all on the train by yourselves, going to whatever destination y'all trying to head to. I mean, I'm on a different train. I'm gonna go with the Bills, man. Listen, the Bills were close to winning it last year. They were still like the Dolphins defense. Don't get me wrong. Under Brian Flores, I think Brian Flores has done an amazing job, and he should have some Coach of the Year momentum too. He should have some talk in being Coach of the Year. I thought he should have been in that conversation last year. But I think we are hyping them a little bit too much. I think they're a year or 2 away, and there's nothing wrong with that. And the Dolphins knew they were a year or 2 away. All right, they knew it. The reason why they went with Tua is because they saw a little opening. So they like, maybe we, a step early. But I still think they're a year or 2 away. I still like the Bills. The defense is still solid. Don't get me wrong. The Bills are not a great team. Maybe I overhyped them a little bit, but I'm coming back to earth. But I still think they're a good team, good enough to win the AFC East. Their offense is okay. It's not great. They're good enough to beat the whack teams and bad enough to lose to the great team. The Dolphins are not a great team. I think the Bills at this point is in the driver's seat, and they should be able to make enough plays. They have enough talent on that team at the wide receiver position. Josh Allen is not perfect. I see a lot of teams that's playing. They're taking away the deep shot and forcing him to throw, in the middle, throw a lot of slants, a lot of, check downs. But I think they're going to be able to get it done with him.
What's his stats yesterday, Lil? By any chance? How did he do against the Patriots?
I believe he only threw for 150-something yards. That's 158, something around there.
0 touchdowns, 1 pick.
All right.
It's a test match. It's Bill Belichick.
Look, fellas, after evaluating this, and as much as something tells me to still rock with the Bills to win the division, but Zach knows, and everybody here knows that I do like Allen. I am a fan of Allen, but I don't know, man. From the Titans game onward, Allen has not looked good at all. Completely terrible against the Chiefs. I know it's the Chiefs, but you got to show up against the big teams.
At home, too, game?
The Jets, like Zach said, zero touchdowns against the New York Jets. That's a bit ridiculous. That's a bit ridiculous. And then in New England, 154 yards, 0 touchdowns again. That was predominantly a running game. Singletary and the rookie Zach Moss took over. 1 interception in that game, which was a terrible pick. So I might have to jump ship here. I might have to go with the Dolphins to win the division. In my eyes, looking at Brian Flores, this is a top 3 coach this season. Brian Flores has made immense strides with this team. Their defense is looking solid as ever. Ogba, Van Noy, Jones, Howard. Zach already shed light on the offense. Tua, while he had, not an ideal game to start a career, still slung in a solid pass to Parker to put points on the board. Obviously, the defense and special teams won that game. But it's one game, and Tua, I mean, I think he's the real deal. He took that shot by Brockers, and he even said after the game, I actually loved getting hit like that. It's been too long, and I need to get the feeling back. He said something along those lines. So it's evident that Tua's here to stay and ready to play. And I don't know, looking at the Dolphins' next 5, the Cardinals, they're a really good team right now. They're one of my favorite NFC teams. I think they could come away with that. The Chargers suck. We don't even have to talk about how many leads they blow and by how many points. The Broncos, the Chiefs, that's going to be a rough game to win. The Chiefs are always hard to play.
The Chargers is not a walk in the park. They're not a walk in the park.
They're a walk in the park, bro.
They're absolutely not a walk in the park.
The Patriots, I think
they gave the Buccaneers all they can handle. The Saints all they can handle. The Chiefs all they can handle. To sit here and say that the Chargers are a walk in the park, I mean that's a overstatement.
They've blown 4 16-plus point leads.
All right, they blow leads, but at the same time, they're going to be in a dogfight. So to say
I'm with Will on this one.
No, I'm not discrediting. I'm not discrediting saying the Chargers saying it's a walk in the park. I'm just saying whether it's the coaching or the defense, they've been terrible in the second half of football game. And that to me shows that that Flores could take control of games.
Right. Let me ask you guys this one question. So Kenny C brought up a really good point there when whoever said the Chargers coaching isn't good, their defense isn't good. I agree with that. I agree. And those are signs to me of a team that is a year too early. Like signs like that. A team that has a rookie quarterback that's slinging it, but has a poor coach, poor defense. And it's funny because I heard Will say that. He was like, I think the Dolphins are a year too early.
Yeah, they are. I think so.
A year too early for what? They just
a year too early to make the daggone playoffs. Not a year too early at the party. A year too early to make the playoffs.
It could be a hot take, but call me crazy. I don't think the difference between the NFC East and the AFC East right now is that different. Meaning,
no, that's different.
I can see that easily. I can see where you're coming from.
We gonna come back to this. We got less than a minute.
So Zach, remember this: the NFC East is way different from the AFC East. Understand me this. I understand the past 10 years, New England took over the division, that they're cool, lovely. But the NFC East been the weakest division every freaking year. You know what I mean? Right now, there's no clear winner. I'm just saying, that's weak. Who does the Eagles play? When they play each other, it's like, whoa. Like, why are you guys playing in the first place? But the AFC is more competitive. The games are more closer than expected.
You have a 6-2 team. You have a 6-2 team in the Buffalo Bills, who's the first time in franchise history since, matter of fact, first time since they have not won a division title since 1995, and they're 6-2 right now in the driver's seat.
Since Zach's taking a lot of heat here, one thing that I can say to refute this is that if you look at both divisions, the simple premise that it's anyone's grab, except for the Jets, obviously.
No, yeah, exactly.
Anyone's grab, that's where I can see where he's coming from. It's up for grabs.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that it's a terrible division because it's up for grabs. What is supposed to be a slaughter? The Patriots aren't that good.
Okay. Let me say this though. Let me rephrase it then. Rephrase it. I think I would be more confident in the Eagles winning a playoff game than any team in the AFC East.
Good night.
You're really telling me the Bills are going to beat the Ravens at home in a playoff game? Where you going? I'm. You walk off all you want. I'm here to talk, bro. I don't know where you guys are going. Walk off the set.
Stop! You didn't say that. You did not say that. You
did. Let's talk about it. Go, come on, come back, Will. I'm waiting for you. I think they're getting healthier and healthier. And look, Carson Wentz, he's doing everything I told you he'd be doing. He's turning the ball. Wait.
I had a few things to say about Wentz if we would have talked about SNL.
Wait a minute. The premise is he's winning games, right? Basically the bottom line is I cannot see the Buffalo Bills beating anyone in the playoffs because of their quarterback. He can't do anything. I can see the Philadelphia Eagles winning the playoff game because of their quarterback.
The way how the Eagles is playing right now, and we can get in range later.
I'm not going to lie. While I'm not saying I have faith in Allen and the Bills to win, I definitely don't have faith in Wentz and the Eagles to win. That's why the NFC East to me is just instant termination.
It is.
Whatever team wins that damn division, you might as well just put the L.
We might have the worst record in history winning a division ever.
Let me ask you guys this though. basically the premise here though is this. I think when you look at the AFC and the NFC right now, I think we can all agree that like the AFC is a little deeper, a little better of a conference, and the NFC West is very good. The NFC East is, I get it. So you have like a Rams or a Cardinals in round 1 going to Philadelphia, right? Basically, all I'm saying is I just cannot see Josh Allen beating, even if it is Lamar Jackson. We've been
Honestly,
like
at this point, as much as I'm a Lamar Jackson guy and it's going to hate me for me to say this, they haven't came back from a lead. They lost every playoff game with Lamar Jackson in the first game. I don't think that's an overstatement to say that it won't be a competitive game that the Bills can win.
It would be competitive. I just can't see Buffalo beating anyone legitimate. Anyone that could throw the ball, can't see him beating him.
I just think when you think about the AFC in its entirety, outside of the Steelers and the Chiefs, there's not one team in that division that I think. Not even the Titans. They just lost to the Bengals. They just lost to the Steelers back to back. Not even the Titans. I haven't seen a consistent team in the AFC other than the Steelers and the Chiefs. So that's the overstatement to say that Bills can't win the playoff game.
Man. Wait for these Dolphins.
Zach,
San Francisco 2 weeks ago and won, man. Just keep
a year too early, brother.
Zach is chomping at the bit. Zach's chomping at the bit to see if the Bills do win this division. He's going to be ecstatic if the Bills get a first-round exit. This man, Zach, I already know is going to come with all the smoke when that happens.
He's going to come with all his receipts. But right now, my brother, you got to keep them receipts in your closet because you may not need them.
Brother.
All right, fellas.